Hey y'all, welcome to Light and Heavy. And this episode, I'm talking about packing for your backpack on a pilgrimage. And really this is kind of a second part, if you will, to the video that I posted. You should check it out, and it's about your clothes and your luggage. To me, my backpack is one of the most vital things that I carry. It's the thing that you carry pretty much every day on a pilgrimage. It's the thing that can hold almost a lot, and you're not gonna get harassed by TSA or the airlines about checking your backpack. So this one I kind of stuff a lot more than I do my luggage, and especially since, given the circumstances, again, know, if you watched my previous video, know how long you're gonna be going, and more importantly, where you're going and what you're gonna be doing on that pilgrimage or vacation. Now, for me, this is more of a vacation, so I've got a lot more stuff in here than I would carry on a pilgrimage, which, as I mentioned in the previous video, I'll be going to the March for Life again in January, and I'll show you how, I kind of pack for that, and it's a lot less than this. The other thing too is I'm having to pack a lot more because I've got a camera and equipment and all that good stuff to also bring with me. The other thing to mention is the great thing is you can pack a lot in here and then take a lot out once you arrive at your destination, at your main hotel or church or place of stay. You can set that all aside, and then it's a lot lighter and you're good to go. So this video may be pretty lengthy because, like I said, I got a lot in here, so feel free to skip around. I'll also try and put links down to a lot of what I'm sharing as much as I can, because I've just things I've picked up over the years. I'm also a tech head, technology nerd, and just love all that kind of stuff. So without any babbling further, let's just jump right into this. So I'm gonna start actually right here in the very front small pocket. And what I love about, actually, before I even do that, this bag is an Ogio, I think it's Ogio bag. It's the Renegade ISS 17. I've had this bag now for almost 2 years, and I absolutely love this bag. It's probably my favorite bag I've ever owned. It's got, as you can see, compartments on the sides. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 compartments. The other thing I like about it, it's got this top, as you can see, and I'll open this later, this nice hard part for your sunglasses or anything that's valuable that you don't want, that you need extra protection on. It's got that, it's waterproof right there. It's mostly waterproof all the way around as well. And then back here, you have your laptop right here, I'll talk about in just a moment. But it's also very comfortable. It's got the ventilation on the back to keep your back cool and to keep the airflow. It's also, when it's really heavy like this, it's nice because it's got the chest strap right here. I can click and it feels secure, it feels comfortable, and I don't feel like I'm just carrying a 50-pound bag on my back. So as I said, let's start right here in this first compartment. And what I like about this first compartment, it's kind of hard to see in the video, but it's got a lot of great organization help right here. So I always like to carry at least one pen, one highlighter, and then my Apple Pencil. Those are usually my only 3 things that I carry right here, just to keep everything organized in case if I need to write down, fill out customs forms, sign anything, it's good to go right there. Next, I have a microfiber cloth. This is called Spuds. It comes from the company Spuds, and the nice thing is it's in a nice little compartment, but then I can just flick it, and then out comes the microfiber cloth. It keeps all of my screens nice and clean, and if I get any smudges or anything, I can just wipe that out. In this compartment, I've got an external hard drive. It's an SSD Samsung T5. I believe this one is, it's 500 gigs. It's a USB Type-C connector, and since it's SSD, the thing goes super fast. It's great for work, great for movies, games, files, whatever. This thing is amazing. Next, to protect all of this, I have the little tile mate. Now this is kind of the older version. They just came out with a newer version with replaceable batteries, but this is the older version. And the nice thing about this is it lets me know where my stuff is. God forbid if my bag if I lose it or misplace it or get stolen, I can look up my phone and I can know where it is based on the tile made. The last thing I really have in here is my battery bank, battery chargers for the camera that I'll be shooting with when I go to New Zealand and Australia, and the cable that goes with it. On to the next compartment, the next size up. I've got a few things here. I've got a little case right here, and inside this, I have 2 more SSDs. And what these are, this is kind of my media storage, if you will. So one of these holds basically all TV shows that I just watch throughout my life and that I love, and the other one is just other videos and a lot of movies. And when you're flying overseas, especially a 15-hour flight, especially on the way back, I'm gonna wanna watch some movies that is not on board. Next, I have really the only 2 books that I'm probably gonna bring. I may be bringing one more other book to read, and I carry these around in my backpack at all times. It's like a Visa card, I never leave home without them, is the Bible and the Catechism. And the beautiful thing is, I love this Catechism. It's the pocket size edition. See how small that is? And then this Bible, this is the Oxford RSV Catholic Edition Bible. This is kind of a newer one. It's kind of this really beautiful blue. It's got this great material to it. The other thing I like about it is it's hard. There's other pocket version Bibles, and some have like zippers, and those are fine. It definitely protects the pages, but then it's really hard to open it up and to be able to read it and to be able to flip through it. I like the page quality of this Bible. I like the thickness, especially where the words don't bleed as bad on the back pages. I mean, there is some, right? But it's not terrible. The other nice thing is it has a nice ribbon for you to hold your place in, and I really love it. I found this off Amazon, but also check out my friend Edmund. This is actually the first time I ever saw this Bible was in his video. I'll link down a video of his down below where he talks about different pocket version Bibles. And the last thing I have in this compartment is my iPad. It's just a basic iPad, nothing special here. But the nice thing is what I do with this iPad is I keep some downloaded videos. It lets me also just do some like solitaire, some games, and just a nice display to do that, especially if I don't want to pull out my laptop or my phone is being used for something else. I can do that. Moving now to this top smallest front compartment. I've got a lot in here. First is, now I don't play a whole lot, but this is a Nintendo 2DXL, and as you can see, it's in the shape of a Pokeball. Yes, I am a Pokemon fan. Not a huge, like some people, I couldn't like name, every single one or anything else, but I do enjoy playing the game and just other Nintendo games that are out there. So especially when you're on a 15-hour flight, I like to bring this just to play since I have the time and I'm not going anywhere. But a lot of the time this just stays in our house, just turned off. But anyways, if you're looking for some entertainment there. And then really the bulk of that's in here are cables. So I keep a lot of the charger cables. This is for the 2DXL. I've got my charging brick and cable for my iPad/phone. I've got my Apple Watch charger and brick for that. Another thing to keep in mind, some lip balm, some chapstick is really vital, especially if you're gonna be going into colder weather. Just grab yourself some. They're really cheap, but it can save your lips and your mouth. And then the other thing I have in here, I've got 2 more things. Number 1 is a pair of wireless earbuds. And I like these. These are, I believe, the Aki wireless earbuds. Yes, the wireless Aki earbuds. It's pretty decent battery life, short charge time, pretty good Bluetooth range, and I can just pop these in. It's got the little ear part so it stay snug in my ear. They work great for me. They're also magnetic, as you can see right there. So I can just kind of flip this around put this around my neck and just let them hang, and they're great to go. One last thing to note that's in here that's really vital for especially long trips, or if you're gonna be with a group of people that you don't really know that well yet, are these. You can't really tell. They are earbuds. Yes, grab yourself some. You can find these virtually almost anywhere. Hardware stores, grocery stores, Walmart, Target, Amazon, whatever. And you can usually get them boxes. You can get a box of multiples of these. And if you've got someone that snores, if you just like more quiet, and you just need that more silence, but you don't wear your headphones to do that, just grab yourself some of these, just twist them up. They're real cheap, foam-like. Stuff them in your ear, let them expand, and then you're gonna be able to block out the world and able to sleep a lot better. All right, let's move now to the very, very top, which is, like I said, right here. And I don't own any pairs of really high-end sunglasses. In fact, I think my sunglasses ran for like $6, but I keep them in here, especially when you're traveling and it's gonna be sunny out. The other two things I carry in here just to have, you know, as storage, one is a flashlight. All right, this is kind of a nice high-end LED flashlight right there. And then the other thing is a portable charger. This one is a nice, I think they called it the lipstick. This is an Anchor Power Core 5000, so it's a 5,000 milliamp portable battery. It's got a nice little indicator that tells you how much is left in here. It's just a simple USB input and basically able to charge up your devices. It can charge up any smartphone at least 1.5 times. It can charge up anything that needs that. Okay, we're almost done. And now we're up to the very, very top back here. And as you can imagine, this holds my laptop. Now, this is my brand new baby. This is a 2018 semi-loaded. I customized it for myself, MacBook Pro 15-inch. It's got the best graphic card. I can't remember off the top of my head. Again, I'm a tech nerd, but I don't know all the lingo. I apologize. But it's got a 1 terabyte SSD. It's got all the latest and greatest, and I just needed to upgrade, especially doing all these new videos for the channel. All we have left now are the 4 compartments on the side. There is a compartment right here on the shoulder strap for something small, but I really don't put anything in here. Maybe a train ticket or something. If I'm traveling, I'll put it in there, but by and large, I just leave that blank. So in this top compartment, I've got another hard drive. Now you may be thinking, geez, Jason, how many hard drives do you have? But again, some of those are just dedicated for entertainment purposes. I've got all my videos on there. This one is for work purposes. So this one helps me with all the videos that I do when I'm recording, especially when I'm traveling. I can dump all the files onto this and then work off of this hard drive rather than taking all the space up in my laptop. Moving down to the bottom, this is actually a new purchase I got a couple of months ago, and it's one of my favorite things I bought. It's a little over the top. Some of you may not be for you. That's fine, but it is for me. This is a portable battery pack. Yes, I know you're thinking, holy cow, that's a huge battery pack. It is. This is the Jackery, and this is a 20,800 milliamp battery. To give you some perspective, that would be able to charge a basic iPhone almost 7 times. Now you may be thinking, really? Do you need something like that? When you've got as many devices and everything else, and especially if you're traveling internationally and you may not have the right plug or may not have enough plugs, whatever, it's really good to have something like this. The other reason why I got it was for a couple of points. Number one, it has USB 3.0, so fast charging capabilities on there for both sides. It also has USB Type-C input and output. So if I have any device like my computer, like anything else, if I had I have an Android phone that has USB Type-C, I can just use that and charge it quickly. The other thing I like about this is it has a power indicator by percentage. So right now it's at 94%. But the other trick it has up its sleeve that I love is on the other side, it has your traditional input output. So I'm able to plug in a brick like this, and I'm able to fully charge like an outlet. So that means I can also do my MacBook and get the full power into it that I need from this battery bank. All right, home stretch in the backpack world. Right here on this top one, this is kind of my medicine all-in-one, if you will. I've got Purell because you're gonna need it no matter where you go. When you're traveling, always carry this. Keep yourself healthy as best you can. Next is, it's not a sponsor, this is just a brand that I use. I use Excedrin pain relief, but basically Advil, Tylenol, ibuprofen, anything that will help with aches and pains, especially if you're traveling, you're on a plane for long times, or you're walking around a lot, or you're sleeping in a new place and you don't know, or you get into a new bed and your body's not used to it. Just bring some pain reliever just for your body. And then finally, this is empty, but I found it and I was like, I need to show it. This is also something that I buy before I go, and that's a pack of gum. Like I said, I know it's empty, but always bring some gum. Go ahead and buy it ahead of time so it's a lot cheaper. Try to buy as much as you can before you head out to the airport because it costs an arm and a leg there. But just get your favorite pack of gum, put it in your bag. You'll thank me later. Finally, in my main bag, the last thing down here is my lens. Now, I'm trying to travel as minimally as possible, and this is because of space and time and having to worry about equipment. Now, I am shooting on my main camera that I'll be bringing. It's a Canon EOS M50 that came out the middle of this year in 2018. I really enjoyed it. I've got my shotgun mic, my lens kit on there, but then I also bring my Canon 10 to 18 millimeter lens. I love this, especially for wide angle shots. I don't have enough space to really get like a more close up lens, a higher lens in the millimeter range, but this and the one that I'm using pretty much it satisfies almost everything. So I lied, I'm sorry. As I was getting everything ready, I realized I didn't go into the biggest compartment, the main compartment. So let's just do that real quick. All right, so the first thing in this main compartment are my Sonys. These are the MDR XB 950 in 1. I know it's a mouthful, but bar none, these are the best headphones I've ever had. Again, in my previous episode, I gave a shout out to Your Average Consumer. He's the one who showed these to his viewers. I saw them, I gave him a shot. I absolutely love them. Thank you, Judd. I truly love these things. They're not cheap. The price though has fluctuated a lot, and I believe they come out with a newer model of these. So just keep that in mind. So these may be the older version, so you may be able to get them maybe a little bit cheaper, but check Amazon, especially as the holiday season's coming up. The prices may go down pretty dramatically. I think I got a pretty good deal on them. But again, I'll try to leave a link down below so you can see where to pick these up. Next is my GorillaPod. This is the Joby GorillaPod. The nice thing is, you know, it's great, it flexes. You've seen these if you watch YouTube channels. They're everywhere, they help you, you know, vlog and do all that good stuff. I'm using my traditional tripod right now, but when I'm on the road, this is what I use on top of the kit that I already mentioned earlier. Next, and this is for if you're traveling internationally, is power converters. So this is this is from Travel Smart by Conair, and this is basically an adapter and converter. It's an all-in-one. Basically, all I have to do is know which country I'm in. So if I was in Europe, I would pull this out like that. You plug it in, and then I've got my traditional inputs right there. And that way it charges it and it converts it, it adapts it, so I don't have to worry about damaging any of my electronics and trying to charge those up. So obviously, going to Australia and New Zealand, it would be USA and Australia, except as you can see, it's standard US, but then you just have to tilt it, because for some reason in Australia, they have theirs at like a 45-degree angle. All right, so if you're planning to travel internationally, always remember to try to bring something like this and make sure that it can be, I personally recommend to everyone, make sure that it's an adapter and converter, that it can convert the basically the ampage, the wattage, the voltage. Mainly the voltage is the part that you have to worry about, that it goes from a 230 to 120 or whatever that you need for that conversion. The next thing I have in here is my portfolio. This has just paper in it, and I always carry this around just to take notes, if I have any ideas, if I have any prayer intentions, which, by the way, if you happen to see this, you have any prayer intentions for me, let me know. I'll write them down, and I'll try to put it on Instagram as well, and so that way I can pray for people while I'm traveling. And then also, like I said, just to doodle, to take notes for prayer, for whatever. I've got some paper and pen to write things down. Okay, now we're at the last part, and this is, you've seen, if you've watched any of my previous videos, you'll know what this is. This is the DJI Phantom, the drone, and I bought this also this year, mainly for the channel, but also just for fun, because this thing is awesome. So I know I've been saying that a lot, but I really love the stuff that I've purchased over the years. And just a big thank you to all the YouTube tech channels out there. I know I've mentioned Your Average Consumer, but also TLD, Detroit Board, MKBHD, Austin Evans. There's just so many more I can mention, but thank y'all so much for what you do for the YouTube community, and just for tech people to not put their hard-earned money into crap, but to be able to put it in really great quality stuff. Okay, so back to the drone here. I think I misspoke. I have the DJI Mavic Air, not the Mavic Pro. I got it in the kind of the Ferrari red. Ooh, it was really just because it was on sale and I got a really great deal. And the nice thing is, look how small this footprint is. I mean, it's the size of my hand. It's nuts. And then it has a nice way to just expand out, like so, okay? And then you're pretty much good to go. It flies off of your smartphone. But again, look how small that is. It's amazing. And I really loved it. I have the controller right here, it folds out. You have, I love this touch right here. We have the joystick part. You just screw them in like so, and then you put them back in, and it's just easy to package and put away. Now, I could go on and on, but there's been hundreds and hundreds of videos about the Mavic Air, so I don't want to spend too much time on it, but just know that if you've seen any of my videos, which I'll try and put up, I'll put it right above me right now, but if you've seen any of those aerial shots, it was taken from this. And then finally, I have my chargers for that. I guess the last thing to mention here is what's in my own, what am I carrying myself in there. And all I've got in my pockets is my rosary. All right, and this is from Rugged Rosary I purchased. I customized it. It's a great rosary. It's got the parachute cord and the paracord and black beads. I wanted to go for just a very sleek, minimalistic approach. Benedictine style, has a Benedictine cross, and that's my go-to rosary. And then in my other pocket is just my phone. I carry the iPhone 7. I know, being a tech head, really, you're carrying an older model, but it's paid off. It works great. I have no issues with it. And you know, if I can get a deal for another phone, I may upgrade in the future. And then, as I mentioned, I think in the previous episode, of course, my wallet. It's just a simple wallet. That's all there is.